Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks a lot for tuning into today's video. Really excited. Had a chance to sit down with my good friend, longtime Buttendz ambassador, YouTube sensation. You know him, Trav4oilers. Took time out of his day to jump on the channel. We had a pretty cool discussion. We talked about his vlog. We talked about working out during the pandemic. We talked about playing hockey next season, where Trav's going with his YouTube channel, and a whole lot more. Hope you like the video. And if you like it, let me know what you think in the comments below. And stay tuned, and I hope you like. Oh yeah, you gotta get shades indoors, dog. Stay on brand. Gotta stay on brand here.
What?
I gotta stay on brand, Trav.
Always.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the show. I'm here with my good buddy, longtime Buttendz ambassador, YouTube sensation, Trav4oilers. Trav in the house. What's up, Trav?
Hello.
How's your quarantine going, man? How's your social distancing going? It's been a while since we've chatted.
That's a thing? Are people actually socially distancing themselves in quarantine?
This is new. It's normal life for you, eh? Just hunkered away, editing videos.
Well, I've still been living my life very normally.
Are you? Have you made what kind of adjustments have you had to make with the coronavirus?
Honestly, I've made a few, but I don't see it as any different. I've gone from skating.
You just give me the finger.
You'll never know.
Sorry. I was just kidding around.
I've gone from skating on just like normal ice 3 to 4 days a week to skating on synthetic ice now, and still, like, I skated yesterday. I'm skating again tomorrow. I'm skating Friday, synthetic ice. Synthetic ice studio, brand new synthetic ice studio outside Winnipeg, state of the art. So that's been very, very exciting. Workouts have gone from in the gym to outside the gym in the parking lot. So that's a little colder. Actually, it's been pretty nice lately, but that's the one adjustment. And then as far as the rest goes, nothing else has really changed. You can't go into McDonald's to get a coffee anymore. I got to go through the drive-through. But aside from that, life's good.
Is that what you're doing these days? You're doing McDonald's coffee on the way to the workouts, or what?
Rock and Ronnie's coffee. I've been trying to go to a couple of hotels for some nice coffees, but those are closed now. Well, not open to the public, but Rock and Ronnie's, little Starbucks. Just getting a good cup of Joe in you to start the day. Yeah,
you got to get your coffee brewing. You got to be brewing it at home, dude. Get pretty tight with the home brew.
But get one of the Keurigs. I want to get a French press.
No, dude, no Keurigs, man. French press, dude. Grind your own beans, dude. My coffee game is so tight right now. I'm not gonna lie, dude.
I wouldn't mind getting like a Chemex, like making my own coffee, but like I don't got $300 for a Chemex. I don't have the patience for that either. So.
French press, okay. Get a bean grinder. So you grind your own beans in the morning. Boil water, grind the beans, water over the boil, boom. I've been doing a little bit of coconut oil, a little bit of butter, and a little bit of oat milk, and I put it in a little. I got one of those bullet blenders. Yeah. Put it in there, blend it up, boom. It's awesome, dude.
Really?
Yeah, Dustin, it's saving me a fortune too, man. New York City, dude, I was spending like $6.50 a day on coffee. I was like, man, what am I?
I saw it on a road trip.
No, dude, yeah, this is great. So this quarantine's got me saving a fortune because I'm staying home and I'm doing home brews here in the morning. But now I got my standard tea. I don't go online without tea. That's my go-to move.
Yeah, I saw on our trip. The tea is a prerequisite. A cup of Joe to start the day is a prerequisite.
But yeah, dude. So you're not letting anything. You haven't really interrupted. We talked before about you. Possibly, it might interrupt the channel because you weren't going to be able to skate and train, and you're getting ready for some big opportunities in the fall. So you moved all your training. You're doing your videos. I mean, that must make for some interesting content. Hey, doing synthetic ice training with your goalie coaches, or what?
It's different for sure. Like
you moving as well on the synthetic ice?
No, well, I'll get to that in a second. Synthetic ice is very different. You don't really truly skate on it. You're skating / walking. It forces you to be a lot lighter on your feet, I find, because if you're like an elephant on your feet, like maybe I would be on the ice, you're tripping and stumbling everywhere because it's plastic basically you're skating on. So you got to be more aware of that, which I think is going to help my game. I think the one interesting thing about it too is that obviously rinks aren't opening up anytime soon. So I'm going to be skating on synthetic ice exclusively for the next 2, 3, 4 months while this is all happening. So when I do hop on regular ice again, I'm wondering like how is that going to translate to my game? Because I'm currently way more aware of my weight distribution when I'm skating and being lighter on my feet. So I think that's going to make for something very interesting. And I think too, a lot of people right now have been and are of the mindset that things are going to go back to normal in life and in the hockey world. Probably in 2 or 3 weeks. I think a lot of people think end of April, life as we know it is going to resume as it was before, but I don't think that's the case. I think we're going to be going July, August before rinks even think about opening up again, right? And with that said, gyms are closed. Like there isn't, to my knowledge, there isn't a single gym workout facility in Winnipeg, anywhere else in Canada, that's open. So what are you going to do for workouts? I mean, obviously you can do at-home workouts. You know, my trainer and I, we've gotten very creative. We're pushing and pulling my truck up and down major streets in Winnipeg.
Nice.
We're doing a lot of mobility stuff, a lot of body weight stuff. We're using my truck as weight. So we're throwing my hockey bag in the back, and we're doing deadlifts with the back end of my truck. You know, we're getting very, very creative right now as far as how can we simulate a normal training program in a not so normal world, which has definitely made life a little bit more stressful. Thinking of like, how are we going to do this or how are we going to do that? I think it's good though. We've been outdoors a lot more, which is nice as well.
Yeah.
I don't see my schedule being interrupted very much. Obviously, I see maybe the element of being on synthetic ice being a little bit different, but outside of that, everything's as normal as it could be. I don't see it
What
changing.
about the channel? Are you able? You're obviously producing for the channel. It's making for some good content, I'm sure. The C word.
Yeah, producing for the channel. Obviously, I'm getting a lot more strange looks outside. People are going for walks a lot more outside right now. And so when I'm outdoors filming, I'm getting a lot of weird looks. Hey, what are you doing with that camera? Why is this man facing the ravine, talking to himself with sunglasses and a hat on? You know, stuff like that. But you just get used to it after a while. Everything's all full go. I'm trying to.
What about for next season, man? You're when last time I saw you, we were on a road trip, and you had some opportunities for college hockey next year. You had taken a trip to Texas. You were looking at. You were going to be going to a recruiting camp. Is that right? Like coming up, I'm sure that got canceled.
Yeah.
So what's going on for next season for you?
Yeah. So for the Texas situation, I was offered a sign over a month and a bit ago. And the thing that a lot of people don't understand, because I'm getting a lot of hate online, a lot of hate from people and negativity about like you're an idiot. I have to sign you. I can't sign until I'm in school. That's part of the thing. If I'm not in school and I'm not registered, I'm not signed up, they cannot commit me. Because why would you commit somebody who's not in school? Because then you run into the problem of, Joe Smith, who we committed in January, can't get into school August 31st because he's a dummy and couldn't pass his SAT or something like that. So I'm still working on it. It's been difficult trying to get transcripts because everything's closed, right? And obviously you can't apply into a school if you don't have transcripts to provide evidence, right? So that's still a work in progress. That's going to take a long time to get that done, considering the situation, but that's still on the burner. Briarcrest, I was actually really excited to go out there. They had a little recruitment camp, like a mini development recruitment camp going on August 2nd and 3rd, I believe. So when that was, you come out, you get a nice little $500 Goalie for coming out, tour the school. Me and I think 10 other guys were going to come out to that, and it was awesome. I was really looking forward to rekindle with the coaches and kind of show them the changes in my game since. Obviously, that's been canceled because of the whole pandemic, so that's not happening. But still got the scholarship, which is nice. So a nice little $500 Goalie for just registering. But I would have liked to skate it for the coaches. But then there's the BCI exposure camp. Obviously, that's not happening because you can't have how many hundreds of people come to a camp or to any event right now. So it's an interesting time. I'm very undecided if this is the best thing for my career or this is the worst thing for my career. I think a lot of people will get very complacent with their training. Well, they're going to get complacent with their training. People will get complacent with, as far as signing for next year, thinking, whoa, maybe I'll wait a bit to kind of see how things shake out. That'll dictate a lot. I don't know if it's good or bad. It's either going to be the best thing or the worst thing, but time will tell with that.
Yeah, I hear you, man. So you don't have any commitment yet for next year. Right now, it's sort of, what are you doing? You're just treading water or getting, working on videos, getting ready, keeping yourself sharp. What are you doing?
Yeah, I got 3 schools right now. One U Sport, one ACAC, one ACHA. That, from what I can tell so far, seem very serious about a possibility for next year. This one thing I've learned in my career, it's that if you don't, until there's pen and paper signed and things are in writing, nothing is official, right? So, although those are going at the moment, I would highly say I have nothing in the works because nothing is official, right? But until that happens, we got lots of time in the off season. We got April, May, June, July, August for the time being, and it's a little stressful, but it's nose to the grindstone. We got to keep working out 3 to 4 days a week. We're going to keep skating on synthetic ice 3 to 4 days a week, honing the skill sets. It's not ideal, but you got to make do with what's available because for that, you sit on the couch, watching Netflix and eating Twinkies, and that's not ideal.
That's pretty lame. But that's interesting, man. So synthetic ice for you now. What's that like with the social distancing? Are you just working with a private coach with a shooter, or what? How are you guys keeping away from each other?
Not,
you guys,
what's that about? Not standing 6 feet away from each other. No. Obviously, any part of coaching is a very personal experience. It's getting up close and personal. It's talking details, demonstrating. A lot of people may not like it. Yeah. I think people have a bigger deal with the pandemic than it really is. I mean, at least here in Winnipeg, Manitoba, we're the best or the second best in all of Canada, in all of North America as far as cases and deaths go. I think we're on top of the game. So as far as the actual ice times go, it's very hot out there, or hot in there, because it's in a studio and obviously in full equipment, sweating, working hard. Yeah. Not ideal.
Oh, your gear must be gross right now, bro.
Don't even get me started with how bad it is.
Man, your rotten gear was in my car for the whole trip, man. I can still smell it. I can still smell Trav's gear.
It still lingers in the rental car.
Oh my gosh, the rental car, dude! What an adventure we had, bro. By the way, how are the videos doing? How are the videos? Our trip videos? How are they doing performing wise? Are people like? I found that it's an interesting time, right? Because like the world changed like 3 weeks ago, whereas like now it's like talking about the world the way it was before the pandemic. I feel like is not as exciting. But I don't know. How are you? How's your channel? Posting videos weeks ago doing?
Things are going really well at first. Things are kind of dipping off a little bit. I think people are starting to get a little bit tired of scrolling on their phones and spending so much time online, which is understandable. I think maybe people might be getting a little bit tired of the Florida trip, which is fine. I think the last Florida video is tomorrow, and then after that, we make our way down to Nashville for a very exciting car wreck.
The big car wreck coming up, man.
Yeah,
I'll promote it. I'll post the picture that you took of me by my car to promote the video and be like, hey, go check out the video. It's fire.
What else after that? We got a little stop in Chicago, a little deep dish za, and then we got our whole Minneapolis trip. So that's exciting.
Dude, I still have to say, man, that pizza was 9 out of 10. I think I might have given it a 9.5 on the vlog, but dude, at least a 9. I can't believe you didn't like that pizza. It was so good.
Cheese, no filling, no any of that extra stuff.
What?
We should have just gone straight cheese and that za. None of the extra stuff.
Dude, you're wrong, man. That was classic Chicago pizza, man. It was your idea, but hey, like I loved it. I thought it was money.
But no, we got the Minneapolis trip, and then back to the pandemic life. I think so far I got 3 videos from the post-pandemic world.
Oh, you got 3 completed? You've already filmed and edited 3 videos from pandemic living?
Yeah. I'm titling it almost the mega vlog, if you will. And the mega vlog is my take on the regular hockey vlog, with trying to jam as much stuff in there as possible. I feel that I kind of owe it to people to really provide a lot of value with the videos going forward here. So from the synthetic ice times, discussing what's going to happen with my career moving forward, training moving forward, how to stay positive with a positive mindset in a very negative world we're in right now, all that kind of stuff. So the quote unquote mega vlog is going to be debuting on April 17th.
Mega vlog, April 17th. What's your what is? Explain it a little bit. What do you mean by mega vlog? How is it different from your regular vlog?
So the mega vlog is trying to pack as many different segments, sequences, and pieces of value as I possibly can into a film. So I've always tried to strive for that 8 to 12 minute range. And with the mega vlog, instead of maybe spending 2 minutes talking about something, followed by a 2-minute workout, followed by a 4-minute ice time, and calling it a video, talk for 30 seconds, ice time for a minute, workout for 30 seconds, talk about something else, demonstrate something else, maybe talk about some cameras, like really trying to provide as much variation as humanly possible in these videos.
Oh, that's cool, man. And that's like in a post-coronavirus world?
Yes, sir. That is post-pandemic. It's
pretty crazy.
Very interesting.
Dude, it was interesting. Let's talk real fast. Like, what do you remember from? I mean, we linked up in Florida. When was it, man? 3 weeks ago at this point.
February 25th. What, a month ago?
Okay, there you go. So February 25th. So a month ago.
Yeah, over a month ago. As the trip kind of progressed, I kind of felt people like worrying a little bit about the pandemic. Like,
well, when did you first start thinking about it? I remember when we were down in Florida, I was at my buddy's house for dinner, and it was on the news. People were talking about the pandemic as a possible thing, but it wasn't that point. It wasn't that top of mind from what I remember. But when did you? When we started hanging out, were we talking about it in Florida?
Not too much. I remember hearing about it for the first time actually from a girl who works in healthcare. She's a nurse. And this is probably like end of January, middle of January-ish, and she's talking about, hey, the coronavirus is going to be the next big thing. And I told her, I was like, you're off your rocker. Like nothing's going to touch North America, right?
Yeah.
And as our trip progressed, I could kind of sense people in the airport being aware. A lot more people wearing masks, wearing gloves. Just a lot of overwhelming, panic, I guess, about the whole situation. I came home, and then 2 days later, less than, world change. NBA done, NHL done, golf done, NCAA done, events shut down, concerts done, no group outings more than 10 people. Like in that 2.5 day window, we went from a road trip in Minneapolis, normal life, to what I would describe as the biggest, world-changing event probably since 9/11.
Yeah, well, I honestly, I was comparing it to 9/11 in the beginning, but now I feel like this dwarfs 9/11. Like this is a global, it's almost like a nuclear bomb went off. Like, and like the world is, and like the entire world is going to be different forever.
Well,
Because
this isn't the 1 day thing where 3,000 people died. This has been a month-long thing where 12,000 plus in Italy have died.
well, I think
100,000 people globally.
The fear that's going around that people have, that's changing everybody's behavior. It's, what I mean? It's not going to, our behavior is never going to go back to the way it was. I was even thinking like, well, people were talking about the coronavirus. It was a thing at the conference, at the Let's Play Hockey Expo. There were people that were coming around mentioning the coronavirus and like the big crowd that we had there. There was a little bit of buzz about it, and some people were on edge. Some people were even looking at the dirty tape sticks that we had, like the demo sticks that we had with our grips on them, and they were like, "Oh, this is gross. Like, I hope it doesn't have coronavirus." Like things like that were being said. But then, like you mentioned, as soon as that trip was over, man, things really ramped up about 2 days after that. And I was glad to get home, to be honest with you, get out of there.
I'm going to take a little bit of heat for saying this, and I've talked about it in the mega vlogs, is that although there is a serious situation at hand, I'm not going to sit here and tell you there's nothing going on. I think that people are making a bigger deal about it than it really needs to be. And maybe this is just, from my experiences in life, me, Trav being Trav, but I think people just need to accept it for what it is. And we need to move forward, we need to move on. You're either going to get it or you're not going to get it. Yes, there are safety precautions and measures that are being put in place to help people. But at the end of the day, as dark as it may sound, I got to die. You got to die. We all have to pass away one day.
Yeah, man.
Let's accept it. Let's try to make the most of.
Yeah, the fear that's going around is definitely, I think, actually worse than the actual virus. Like, and again, people don't know. People don't really know what we're up against or when it's going to end. I think that's like the hard thing, especially for hockey players. I'm talking to a lot of players. Nobody really knows, what to look forward to. Like, I have a hockey camp in August in New York, and as of right now, it's still on the calendar. But like you just said, like, maybe the rinks won't even be open until then. So are we going to have camp? Are we going to have the start of the season? Is there going to be, tryouts for teams? Is there going to be NHL? Is there going to be NHL hockey anytime soon? And if there is, are there going to be any fans in the stands? Are people going to gather together in groups of 25,000 people or 20,000 people anytime soon? I don't know. I don't know what that looks like. But interesting to hear you're still got it going, man. You got your training going. I think that's important. You got to keep some semblance of normalcy, and also too, like, excel in this environment and not like sit around watching Netflix and eating Twinkies like you mentioned. Like, that's like the real move that you just don't want to do.
I got to make the most of a poor situation. It's the mentality that I've tried to embrace throughout my hockey career, and especially more so recently with maybe some more darker days in hockey, shall we say, with not having a lot of opportunity and success. But you just got to accept it, move forward, and ask yourself, how can I make the best of this situation? Like, what's next?
Yeah.
Sitting back and reflecting and saying, oh, I could have done this, or I could have done that, or feeling sorry for yourself, being upset. It's not going to do anybody no good.
No, but I like it, man, because you mentioned to me before that you didn't have, when we, a couple weeks ago we talked, and you said, you got your vlog, you got your opportunities for hockey. Your vlog is based around your training and your goalie, your goalie career. And if hockey's being taken away, like, what are you going to do for your vlog? It's cool to hear you talk to you now that you've got ideas. You're working on a new path. You've got cool things to show. You got the different training environment, training on synthetic. But what are you going to do? Like, what are you going to do if this thing stretches out another 6 months for next season? Do you have a plan in place, or do you have an idea what you'll do for next year?
Yeah, I think that everybody, you have to, like I said, you have to move forward and you have to make the best of the situation, and you have to be creative, and you have to find a way to get things done. I firmly believe if anybody in this world wants to do something, it doesn't matter what it is. It can be going to pick up fast food late at night. It could be going to training for a marathon, graduate school, make your bed, whatever it is. If you actually wanted to do it and you truly mean you want to do it, you will do it. If you make excuses and you hum and haw and say, maybe tomorrow, well, that can't be done, you're never going to do it in the first place. The people that want to get things done are go-getters, they're creative, and they're insightful with their thought processes on how to do things. Those are the people that will succeed and come out on top of this situation and the pandemic that we're in. And the people that love to make excuses and just coast off other people's success or rely on other people, they're going to fall behind. And that's how it's always been in life, I feel, and that's how it's going to be with this situation as well.
Yeah, dude, I agree, man. What else are you doing to occupy your time during the coronavirus besides making videos, doing your normal? I mean, I same thing, man. I have a ton of projects I'm working on for work, but not to have the normal society going on around me. How are you handling that? Like, what are you doing?
I don't really think anything's changed. I've just subbed out I've subbed out the gym workouts for parking lot, outdoors workouts, and I've subbed out the regular ice times for synthetic ice. Obviously, I can't travel like the way that I would have liked to. I would have been on another road trip actually right now. If the pandemic wasn't going on, would have been back in Montreal en route to Regina, probably for this weekend. But outside of that, it's just back to work, working out, skating, trying to create these videos and trying to share the journey with people. And if they like it, great. If they don't like it, that's part of it as well. It is what it is.
That's good, man. It's good stuff. And you got you still hard swiping away. How's the Tinder vibe with the coronavirus out there?
They send notifications out daily that you should be socially distancing yourself and
so Tinder's telling you not to be super careful, or what?
Yeah, Tinder, Bumble, Hinge, all those apps, every single day you get a new notification, a reminder. Do not go and meet new people. Do not put yourself in harm's way. Wash your hands and do virtual FaceTime dates.
Oh, is that what they're encouraging, to jump online but keep using the service?
It's kind of like a stop sign. It's more of a recommendation than a prerequisite.
Yeah. You think people are heeding that advice or what? That's so funny, bro. Cool, man. What else is going on, bro? How's the fam?
What it? Fam's alive. Cat's actually just behind me. The signature trademark vlog cat. Yeah. What else I got going on? I wanted to buy a new MacBook recently, but with the way the world's going, I'm like, do I wait? I see some news going to come out because they just came up with the brand new MacBook Airs. I want to pick up one of those because I've been rocking you see my MacBook Air that I have. It's like 7 years old. I've been rocking that jalopy since the beginning of time, since the Titanic sank. That thing was around. But
you thinking about upping your power? So what are you trying to do with the new MacBook? So you could, what are you trying to do with it? Why do you need it?
I think my biggest problem is that, obviously, like right here, I'm on my iMac all the time. My iMac is my workhorse. It gets all my video editing done. It does the 4K, it does the slow motion, it does everything I possibly needed to produce these videos and produce these films the way that I want to do it. But as you saw while we're on the road, a big problem with that is that having a MacBook Air from 2013 or 2014 or whenever it was that I got it, it doesn't have the power to do 4K or slow motion videos. So I can't edit anything on it just based off the what it has, right? And I need someone with a little bit more power so that way I can get videos done.
Yeah, you gotta so you're sticking with the Monday, Wednesday, Friday no matter what during the pandemic. Oh, there he is.
Hello. How you doing?
Hold on. It's your famous cat, bro.
You want to say hi?
Do you talk in your cat's voice? Do you pretend to be your cat's voice on your vlog? I've seen some other guys do that.
No, I don't do anything too crazy. Just kind of like let her make an appearance when she wants to, and sometimes use her for ads and other stuff. Yeah. But just another character in the show.
Hey, talk a little bit about your schedule, man. What's your schedule like during this? Is it you said you're keeping things pretty normal, but do you keep yourself on a pretty regimented schedule during this whole time, or what's it like?
As always.
What do you do? What's a day in the life of Trav like, dog?
Still trying to wake up every day at 5 a.m. Monday through Friday, just to get a hot start to the day, get some video stuff done. Yeah, be with you in a second there. Then we work out for 7 a.m., 6:45, 7 a.m. We run till about 8:30. Then from there, head home, grab a quick meal, go do my synthetic ice training. It's a little bit out of the city, but probably home by about 3, 4 o'clock ish.
Yeah.
And that's a more Monday, Wednesday, Friday specific thing.
Yeah.
And then depending on what's going on, maybe I might have a meal after, maybe go take a nap because a long day, get a little bit of editing done, get some emails done. Tuesday, Thursdays, these are my editing days. So these are my days where I try to punch out as much as I possibly can and try to get the vlog produced.
What do you mean by do you spend all day at your computer, or how long does it usually take you to crush a vlog on a Tuesday?
Usually about 6 to 8 hours. I try to get a little bit of work done on the Monday, Wednesday, Friday evening as well. Probably don't go to bed till I tell people I go to bed at 9. I probably don't really get to bed till 10 or 11, give or take. And then get up at 5 to start the day again. But probably about 6 to 8 hours. Try to chip away at it whenever I can throughout the day on the Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. And then obviously the weekends too are a great time to get stuff done because I don't have anything really going on the weekends. But that's basically the schedule. That's the day in the life of Trav. A lot of watching what I'm eating on top of that. That's another interesting thing.
You doing a lot of cooking? What have you been eating?
Still trying to do a lot of cooking. Yeah, trying to be, this is a time I think when a lot of people are going to fall off the wagon as far as, dietary plans and the workout regimens. I think this is the time to kick it into overdrive. I'm trying to stay on top of things, still steak, eggs, and veggies for breakfast. Do a little yogurt parfait with some homemade nut granola, no oats, no carbs in there, for a little afternoon snack. And then
why no carbs, bro? You trying to shred out or what?
Yeah, I'm trying to cut down some weight. I've been finding as the weight's been going down. I've gone from 225, 230 ish. I think what am I down to? It was down to 212 now, give or take. So summer Trav is feeling pretty lean right now. And
yeah, he's got summer body, bro. Even though you're not going to be going to the beach anytime soon, eh?
Yeah, one man on the beach.
What are you, 6'4"?
6'5", yeah.
6'5", yeah, and 6'4", 6'5.5". No, sorry, so you're 6'5", 212. Is that what you are now?
Yeah, give or take.
That's pretty good. I think that's a pretty good size for you. Do you know what your optimal body weight is? What are you trying to hit?
Honestly, at this point in time, I haven't been this light in years. So I think it's more so I'm trying to find what stops more pucks. I feel like I'm moving better than I ever have before, obviously, because there's not 15 extra pounds to lug around every time I move, which I found. So, I mean, I feel like 200 even, like a shredded 200 is an ideal weight because then there's no extra weight that I'm carrying around. Save energy.
6'5", 200, that's what you're looking to get to?
I feel like that would be ideal as far as cutting down all the body fat. I still think I got about, if I wanted to really, really shred down, be about 10 to 12 pounds, give or take.
Really? Wow.
But at the end of the day,
man. I mean, I hear you. I hear what you're saying. I mean, I agree with you. I like being lighter. I was always for me, I always was trying to get heavier when I was younger, and you could talk about that a little bit. But for me, being lighter and quicker is more optimal. And I think for a goalie like you, but do you know that 6'5", 200 is the target, or do you think you're just going to kind of see where you go as you head down?
I mean, I'm looking on the spectrum from 225 thicker Trav to realistically, if I was to truly get lighter and quote unquote shred down, I think 200 would be the weight that would look that way. But it's not so much about looks; it's more so about what's going to stop more pucks.
Sure. And what's going to keep you healthy? I think that's something you got to think about as well. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of arguments to be lighter. You know what I mean? Sometimes too, when you're playing a long season, having a little bit of extra weight to start the year is good. Because for me as a player, I always struggled. By the end of the season, I would be really light. I would and be kind of frail a little bit because you play so much, and you know what I mean. It's hard to stay in the gym.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Do you think 6'3", 200 is the target for you?
I don't know if it's the target, but it's something I'm definitely looking towards. I'll probably keep going until I find my play suffers. Like you mentioned, the one thing that might be a downside to that is that with getting as light as that, is that at what point am I going to be lacking the nutrients to perform properly, right? If I'm always undernourished and I'm always in a caloric deficit, how am I going to have energy to stop pucks with energy and be explosive? Yeah, right. So there's going to be a point where that's going to taper off as far as that progress. But as of right now, things have just been slowly progressing up and up and up, and I want to keep it that way until I find that it's not really working anymore. So
yeah, that's cool, man. I figured out too, in the last for me now, my optimal body weight is 195. I'm 6'3", and my playing weight was 205, 208 back in the day, and that was pretty decent. I think there's a couple things when you're playing hockey, being shredded is cool, but there's an argument to be made too that if you do carry a few extra pounds of fat on your body, it actually adds a little bit of protection. You know what I'm saying? So there's a little bit of that's nice. If you're able to keep your speed and keep your endurance and have a few extra pounds of weight, you actually have a little bit of extra, almost like body armor. You know what I'm saying? So like maybe the injuries could be less, but you don't want to have too much because then it slows you down, and you can't, you're not as fast, and you don't maybe have the endurance that you want. So it's an interesting thing to try to figure out where that optimal spot is for each player. But for me, man, like I haven't gained or lost a pound in like 5 years. I've been 6'3", 195, and I feel really good at that weight.
Yeah.
But I'm not playing games. So if I was going into a season right now, I might want to pump it up to like maybe 200 just to have a little extra to start the year. I don't know though.
Obviously, I'm not playing games anytime soon at this weight, but as far as the training goes, we'll see what feels good and what feels right. If it doesn't feel right, then we'll make adjustments based on that. And it's always what's going to work. We're always looking. My trainer and I, goalie coaches and I, we're looking from a statistical perspective of what gets the job done. It's not open to that looks good or that looks better. I think that might be better. It's what is actually working, what is not, and if it's not working, what are we going to change?
Yeah,
that's been the mindset for over a year now.
Yeah, I hear you, man. What's the number one thing you would tell a young goalie to work on during the time off during the outbreak here?
There's so many things that I think young goaltenders and young athletes wouldn't understand. And if I was looking back, there's things that I would tell myself at 15 and 16 that I wouldn't be able to grasp just because I'm not experienced. I'm too young. I think the biggest thing is exploring avenues as far as training goes, right? I think the biggest problem that I always made was I got very complacent and I thought, okay, I found a goalie coach. This is the guy for me. I found a trainer. This is the guy for me. And what I should have been doing, and I couldn't have done it because I didn't have the experience at the time, was seeking out who truly is going to help my game, not what people say is going to work or what people think is going to work.
Yeah.
Right? So finding a trainer who's putting, statistically evidential, fact-based improvements in my game has been big. Having goalie coaches, like we talked about, with Steve, that my game's progressed a lot over the last year, right? And working with a goalie coach that gets the game and knowledgeable and understands it has been huge. So I can't say thank you enough to
Yeah, even 5 pounds makes a huge difference. You know what I'm saying? Over time, like you carry 5 pounds around on the ice. Like if you strapped a 5 pound weight to your body and tried to do a practice, by the end of practice you'd be dead. You know what I'm saying? So you take
Absolutely.
that 5 pounds off and you get out there. Definitely huge. And then I think that pretty much answers the question really, which is like, you're not going to be able to get ice. Most players are not going to be able to be on synthetic ice with coaches, with shooters, and like most players are not going to have access to gyms that are open right now. Maybe if you do, you're lucky, but you still got to be a little bit cognizant of like what's going on here with you're in your community. Like for example, I'm in New York. There's no gyms. Like you're not going to be working out, but you can still do things. You can go for long distance runs. You can go, do, I'm going to run up the top of a hill today and do 300 body squats and like really work on my legs and work on my core and like make sure that every single day now that you have time to, invest, like you have all this extra time. These are times that's what I would tell young kids is to like take the time now to really focus on your body and focus on your movements so that when the season comes back around, not squandered this opportunity that we're experiencing right now. So yeah, that's what I would say.
I'd say the same thing. I definitely agree.
Good. So what else, man? What else is going on besides hockey and the channel? What else is going on? Just living the dream.
You know what I've been doing.
What have you been doing, Trav?
You know what I've been doing. No comment.
All right, cool, man. Well, stay in touch, bro. I'd love to get jump on some calls and keep in touch and hear how you're doing, man. And then let me know when those video, or let me know when the accident video drops. I'll throw up a little post.
That's going up April 3rd.
April the 3rd.
5 a.m. Time.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm tired. Holy.
Whoa, dude. I thought you were gonna sneeze, man. I was gonna have to be like, yo, man, sneeze away from me, bro. This Corona, dude. Come through. Yo, sneezing in public now will get you like shot.
Oh man. Some of the shit I've seen in grocery stores lately. Oh my god.
Dude, grocery store, man, like everybody, that's the thing that doesn't make sense, dude. Like this whole thing is so crazy because like we're locked indoors and everybody's supposed to stay away from each other, but like you got to go to the grocery store and like the grocery stores are disgusting. Yeah. Everybody's walking in there with their germs, touching everything, like checking out at the counter. Everybody's hitting the credit card machine with their fingers. Like the guy that's doing the groceries is like wearing gloves, but he's not changing those gloves and he's touching everything. I feel like I don't know what to feel. I feel like we just gotta ride this out. And I think staying healthy, I think personally what you can do in your own life is like try to stay as healthy as possible so that if you do or when you do contract the virus, you can just beat it and get immune to it and just move on with your life.
Honestly, like I'm positive I've gotten it. Like when you consider the things that we did on our trip.
Yeah, dude, I shook 1,000 hands in Minnesota.
Well, Expo shaking people's hands. How many coffee shops and hotels were we in on the road trip? Florida's like killing it as far as cases and like deaths go, and we were there for a week. Montreal is the worst in Canada. We were in Montreal. Well, I was in Montreal. I was in the Toronto airport twice, right? Minneapolis isn't doing very well either. Before that, I was in Texas, Louisiana, like all this stuff. I had to have gotten it at some point. I couldn't have not gotten it. I think.
Or you've definitely been giving it out to all your girls as well, dude.
Giving something out, not Corona, but
Yikes! How's the scene like? Oh, you got any girls on the go since we talked? Because when I was hanging out with you down in Florida, you were all over the place, man. You had tons of girls.
Yeah, dude, the roster's changing. Like every couple of days, we're getting a full turnover. I got my.
But how's the vibe? How's the vibe now that it's like we're in a new world with the coronavirus? Or is it the same kind of the scene? I know that they're sending out warnings, but are people still?
No, every day they send out a new warning. Social distance yourself. Don't meet people in person. It's literally a recommendation. Like nobody, like I'm not listening to that. Like, and there's this like huge influx of like hot women on all these dating apps. Like just
because like imagine like a lot of people didn't plan on being isolated or being socially distanced. So like imagine like what do you do if you're all alone? Like
here's the thing. I usually ask everybody like, hey, what brings you to the app? Why are you here? Right? And so these like super smoking hot women that I'm matching with. They have all been saying, like, I can't go to the club. I can't go out. I can't do this. I can't do that because it's all closed. This is probably the best I'm going to get, right? Which is fair. But
it's like shooting fish in a barrel for you, eh?
It is literally, I am fishing with dynamite in a barrel. The fish are in the barrel. I just threw a stick of dynamite in there and started fishing. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah,
Right?
dude. See, crisis and opportunity, man. You can't look at this whole thing like a negative. You got to think of the positives, dude. You got a lot. It's doing good, man. That's why I was excited to talk to you today, dude. You're an optimist.
What? Trav is doing better and happier than ever before post-corona, as opposed to pre. I'm just on the phone with Rob.
Yeah, that's what I like to hear.
I'm on the phone with Rob. I'll call you. I'll talk to you later. Is it in the box? I think the cat's in the box. I know exactly what it's doing. I got this like big 5-foot box of like equipment in there, and the cat just hops up and gets in the box and goes and hides in there for a bit.
Yeah, dude. The cat runs the show, Trav.
Yeah. All right, dog. Well, I'll let you go. When do I get back to some editing here? So,
yeah, man. Do your thing. Get back to the editing. I appreciate the time today. Thanks for coming on the show. Appreciate it, everybody. Trav4oilers. Check them out on YouTube, Instagram. What else? Where else, Trav? Where can they find you? That's it.
That's it. Instagram,
What's the next video? What's your next video coming out? Promote it.
Leaving Florida. The final day of hockey in Florida. That's coming up on.
I'm still in the vlog. This is like my prime time in the vlog. I got to post it up, man.
Yeah. Hey, our car crash is on Friday. Friday's video is our car crash.
All right, man. That's pretty epic. Thanks for filming, dude. That's pretty epic. I'm glad we're all safe from that, man.
Yes, sir. All right, Doc.
All right, dude. All right. Be well. I'll talk to you soon, man. Thanks. Peace.
Like later, bud.
Thanks a lot for tuning in, guys. Hope you liked the video. Really excited to bring some more interviews and more creative ideas to the channel. If you like what we're doing here, hit the like and subscribe button below. If you don't like, hit the like and subscribe button below and drop a comment and let me know what you want to see next, and we'll see you on the next video. Also a fail. And, oh, can you hear that? Can you hear my tunes or no?
Is that you or is that me?
Nah, it's me, man. I didn't know why that started to play like that all of a sudden. It's weird.
No,
FaceTime.
dude, that's me. I was playing that. That's me.
No, that's me.
No, dude, listen.
We're playing the same song? I doubt it. I don't hear your music, bro.
Oh, are you not playing Britney Spears? I was playing Britney Spears.
You were listening to Britney Spears right now? It's classic.
I was listening to Oops, I Did It Again. Yeah, Chunk Turned 20.
Listen, man, that song's pretty dope. Let me just refill my tea.
Away from your heart. I'm not that innocent. Oops, I did it again. Fell away from your heart.
Oh, fail.